Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT grammar questions out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. Today we will begin the grammar questions that you find in the penultimate exam, second to the last exam, exam number 9. The book has 10 exams. Today we'll begin exam number 9. Today is our lesson number 41. The problems that we are about to solve are the ones that you will find on page number 892. Please turn to it. Page 892. And today is our lesson number 41. These are a series of 11 questions, as I always remind you when we get to this particular section here. These are a series of 11 questions, despite the fact that on the top of the section it says 35 questions in the section. Pay no attention to it. There are only 11 of this particular type, which means the scale of difficulty goes from 1 through 11, as I always remind you, not 1 through 35. Since it goes from 1 through 11, the first 3 or 4 that you see on the first page are easy. As you turn the page on page number 892, in the first column we're going to find the medium questions. In the second column, on page 893, in the next page, we will find the hard ones. And then the scale will start all over again with question number 12. Let's get going. So these are easy questions that we are about to do. The 4 that you see on page number 892. It says, while working as a nurse, while working as a nurse, that was when Mother Teresa developed a profound love for the poor. And which part is underlined? That was when Mother Teresa developed profound love for the poor. There you go. While working as a nurse in the streets of Calcutta, which I left out, it is of no use to us. That's the boring bits. While working as a nurse in the streets of Calcutta, that was when Mother Teresa developed a profound love for the poor. As I always remind you, do not look at the answer choices. Your answer choices must be covered with your hand. You must have a pencil in the other hand, with one pencil in one hand, and the answer choice is being covered with this other hand. We're going to look at the sentence now, and we're going to see what we can do with it, how we can improve it, because it's awkward. Let's see what we can do here. While working as a nurse, that was when, these 3 words we do not need. While working as a nurse, Mother Teresa developed a profound love for the poor. That's it, we're done. Now we're going to lift our hand and pick one answer choice that comes closest to it. And like I told you before, these are easy questions, there is nothing to it, these are very straightforward. And there is no point in reading answer choice A, because A just repeats whatever is stated in the sentence. Let's look at B, C, D, and E. B, C, D, and E. B says, while working in the streets of Calcutta, Mother Teresa developed a profound love for the poor. There we go. The answer is B. She developed a profound love for the poor. We just got rid of these 3 words, and that's exactly what B does. The answer is B. Number 2. As I always remind you, don't overanalyze them, and don't read all the 5 answer choices without actually figuring it out what it is that you need to that needs to be fixed in the sentence first. Number 2. The legislature agreed to return to their districts and they would hold a series of meetings. They would hold a series of meetings on the recently passed tax bill. They would hold a series of meetings on the recently passed text bill. All of that was the boring bits. We're not interested in the ending part. We're just interested in the juicy bits. As far as we're concerned, the sentence reads. This is what the sentence reads. Leave out everything else. Don't waste your time analyzing it. Don't waste your time reading the rest of it. It is of no importance to us. As far as we're concerned, the sentence reads, they agreed to return to their districts and they would hold meetings. Let's fix it, shall we? They agreed to return to their districts and hold meetings. That's it. They agreed to return to their districts and hold meetings. Let's see what happens. Again, there is no point in reading answer choice A because A just repeats it. I do not know why I put A there. I just told you we're not interested in A. B says they agreed to return to their district to hold meeting. Okay, even better. They agreed to return to their district. B said and hold meeting. They're saying to hold meetings. Even better. I like it. They agreed to return to their districts to hold meetings. Let's see what C says. To returning to their districts. That's not it. D says with returning. That's ridiculous. We have not changed anything. It starts out with 2. On the return, that's not it. The answer is B. They agreed to return to their districts to hold meetings. There you go. Voila. Number 3. Legend has it that the medieval Chinese warrior, the medieval Chinese warriors using main kites to survey enemy troops, anticipating modern aerial surveillance. How do you spell surveillance? There you go. There is our sentence. The legend has it, which I left out. Legend has it that medieval Chinese warrior using main kite to survey enemy troops, anticipating modern aerial surveillance. What can we do with it? Don't look at the answer choices. If you look at the answer choices, it will become agonizing. Medieval Chinese warrior, not using medieval Chinese warrior. We need it to be in past tense. We're talking about something that happened a long time ago. Medieval Chinese warrior, not using, but rather used men kites to survey enemy troops, anticipating modern aerial surveillance. That's it. We're done. We're going to lift our hand. We're going to look for one answer choice where they have replaced the word using, to use. The rest of the stuff stays the same. Man kite to survey enemy troops, anticipating modern aerial surveillance. All of that stays the same. Let's look at answer choice B. B, there's no point in reading anything in B at all because B actually uses the word using. We just replaced the word using with used. Our sentence, our underlying portion starts with the word use. B is not it. C is not it. D and A are the possible candidates because they both start with use. Let's look at D. D says, medieval Chinese warrior used main kite to survey enemy troops, a technique anticipating modern aerial surveillance. I think that is even better than how I left it. Let's look at E. Medieval Chinese warrior used main kites surveying enemy troops, so anticipating the technique. Oh Jesus, no. The answer is D. Answer is D. Let's read one more time. Medieval Chinese warriors used main kites to survey enemy troops, a technique anticipating modern aerial surveillance. I like that. I like that a lot. The answer is D. The answer is D. Like I always remind you, the purpose of our fixing the sentence without looking at the answer choices is not that we are hoping that what we put down in the sentence is exactly what we will find in the right answer. That is not the point. The point here is that when we fix the sentence ourselves, it becomes that much easy, that much straightforward to spot the right answer. The right answer jumps at you instead of hiding from you. That's all. That's it. That's the right answer, D. Even though we did not have the modern technique part bits in here. But that's okay. Answer is D. It's even better than what we put down. It is even more eloquent. It is even more elegant than what we put down. Ours was little childish. Number 4. For months, one of the most popular breakfast foods. For months, one of the most popular breakfast food. For months, one of the most popular breakfast foods were selling for so little that people thought something was wrong. People thought something was wrong. One more time. Again, I'm taking it for granted that you have the book in front of you. It is important that you have the book in front of you, return to the page and do the problem with me, which is why I take liberties. I take liberty in abbreviating things and leaving out things and so forth, leaving out words, because the bloody thing is in front of you. Read it yourself. For months, one of the most, what the hell is PBF? One of the most popular breakfast foods, were selling for so little that people thought something was wrong. Do you see a problem here? The problem here is we have to understand what is the subject of the sentence, which is why I made a point of, I was going to leave it as BPF, but then I went back and made a point of putting down foods with the S in there to see if you can actually spot what is the subject of the sentence. That S is there to confuse you so that you might feel that this word is okay. That's why it's there. But that's not the point. What is the subject of the sentence? Subject of the sentence is not all the breakfast foods, but rather one of them. One of those, for months, only one of the most popular breakfast foods was. It is one. Therefore, it will be was, not were. One of the boys was sick. We will not say one of the boys were sick. One of the boys was sick. Do you understand? One of the cars in the parking lot were stolen? No. One of the cars in the parking lot was stolen. Because we're talking about just one. One of the most popular breakfast food was selling for so little, was not were, was selling for so little that people thought there was something wrong with the bloody thing. Do you understand? That's it. Yes. All we have to do now is to look for the answer choice where they changed the was, were to was. Let's see what we can do. B, C, D, and E. B does start out with was, so we're going to read it. Was selling for so little that people thought something were. No. And C is, there is no point. C starts out with were. D says was selling for so little that people thought something was wrong. There you go. The answer is D. Let's see what E says. Was selling for very little, so people thought of it as, oh Jesus. The answer is D. That's it. We are done. Tomorrow we'll do the problems on the next page, which are medium and hard questions, and that video is going to be obviously will involve a little bit more work than what we did today. I will see you tomorrow when we'll do the next page. Alright? Bye now.